open to this video about the scandal of people being forced to sell their own homes or use their savings to pay for their care home fee costs. And this is a subject that I feel really passionate about because it's just not fair that people are being forced to take this action. And it's also had a major impact on my own family members who in the past have been forced to sell their homes that they've worked hard all their lives to own in order to pay the high fees involved. You may have seen a number of articles in the press recently on this subject, and that's because it's a major problem. In fact, it's a problem that's affected people in the past. It's certainly affecting thousands upon thousands of people right now, and it will continue to affect people in the future. And that's because we're all living longer, and statistics are showing that more and more of us are going to require residential care in our lifetime. So what is the main areas of concern? Well, one of the issues is to do with the high cost involved in paying for somebody in a residential care home. On average in the UK, the cost of this is £2,500 every single month per person. So that's a bill of £30,000 every single year. And the cost of care is also increasing. So the problem will be escalating. So you may be asking yourself the question, well, if the fees are so high, surely the local authority or the government will pay for this or make a contribution towards it. Well, unfortunately, for a significant number of people, due to their own financial circumstances, this is just not the case. One of the reasons why this is happening is due to the fact that the local authority will carry out an assessment of a person's worth before they enter a care home. Now, the Department of Health have a sizable document and guidelines about residential accommodation that runs to a couple of 100 pages. I've read through this in detail, and of interest within this is a section to do with what assets the authorities will use in their assessment. Now, for the purpose of this video and in broad terms, let me explain a little bit more about how this works. The local authority will want to find out the value of the individual's home if they own one. They'll also want to know if the person has any savings and what these amount to in building society or bank accounts. They'll also need to find out if there are any investments, pensions, and also to find out what income that person receives from all sources. Once this information has been found out, it's then added together, and if the assets then amount to more than a current threshold of £23,250, there is no financial contribution whatsoever from the local authority. If the assets are below this figure, then there is some help, and we, in broad terms, all get some help in the form of the first 12 weeks are usually paid for. Now, most people in the UK who own their own property, the value of this alone will take them above that threshold, so there isn't any help. So what are the implications of this? Well, the implications are quite far-reaching because most people simply cannot afford the bills and they just don't have the money to pay for them. So this means they're being forced to sell their homes to solve the issue. Latest statistics show that 20,000 homes are being sold every year, and that means that it averages out to 59 pensioners every single day are having to sell their homes. The other implications, of course, are that most people want to pass their property or any monies they have down to their children or grandchildren in the form of an inheritance. The problem is that if the assets are being used to pay the high fees of care, then the children's inheritance is significantly reduced or is wiped out altogether. So the way this is truly unfair and gets people really angry is that if you work all your life and you pay all your taxes and your national insurance, perhaps you work hard to pay off an expensive mortgage to own your own property and have built up a nest egg of savings and pensions, well, some or all of this could be actually taken away from you if you have to use it to pay the high costs involved. And that is just simply not right. So is there an alternative? What's the alternative to the government plan that we've all unwittingly signed up for? Well, the good news is that there may be a way that you can protect your assets, and this is all to do with early and careful planning, but is of course subject to everybody's individual circumstances. My company specialises in helping people to achieve this level of protection. Early and careful planning also comes with many other major benefits as well, so it's definitely worth considering. Now, I've put together a special information pack that provides more details about what I've been talking about, and also some useful tips as well. If you would like me to send you a free copy of this, all that you need to do is to put your name and email details in the boxes here, and I'll gladly send a copy across to you. So before I finish this video, if you're worried about how the fees would be paid and affordable to somebody that you know who may require residential care, perhaps a friend or a relative, or perhaps you're worried yourself and angry about the fact that you might have to use some of your savings and to sell your home should you require residential care, then I would urge you to read the information that I'm going to send across to you and to take action. The information will also be of interest to people that want to protect their assets so that their children can inherit it fully and also gain benefit from those assets immediately without any delays. Thanks very much for watching this video, and hopefully you found the content useful.